I just got back in from watching Obsession. Let's talk about it. Obsession was actually going around the film festivals late last year, and this is opening weekend for general moviegoers. It's written, directed, and edited by Curry Barker. He actually started on YouTube doing short films, and I have to say I've never seen any of them. Film stars Michael Johnston, Inde Navarrette, Cooper Tomlinson, Megan Lawless, and Andy Richter. The film follows Bear, a music store employee who buys a supernatural toy and wishes for his childhood friend Nikki to fall in love with him, resulting in horrifying consequences. Okay, so I like the premise of this movie. What drew me to this was just the kind of an original idea. From the trailer, you know that she goes a little bit crazy, and the wish that he makes doesn't actually result in what he wanted. We know from the trailer that he tried to reverse it and that didn't work either. I like the performances in the movie. I think they did a great job. Michael Johnston was great in the lead role, and Inde Navarrete is great in the film as well. Sorry if I butchered your name.
One Wish Willow. You only get one wish. I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
But I'm going to be honest and say I was a little bit disappointed in this movie. Firstly, the aspect ratio is 1:51, and it was a bit cramped for me. I wasn't a fan of that aspect ratio, and it was a little bit off-putting. In fact, I originally thought, oh crap, they haven't sorted the aspect ratio properly in the screening, and I was going to have to go and speak to someone. But I was like, okay, I'll just see if it actually is meant to be this way. And it was meant to be that way. It was just disappointing to see it on such a cramped, small area. Just not a fan of that aspect ratio. And the movie does have a retro feel. And I would have accepted it more if the movie wasn't set in current times, if it wasn't a modern movie. Like if this was set in the 80s or early 90s, it would have kind of made sense. But has a retro feel for the sake of it, and it didn't really sit with me all that well. The movie does take a little while to get going, and by the time you really get invested in the characters, it's kind of almost over. Now, the movie is unsettling. It's got some really creepy moments, some moments that did genuinely kind of scare me at times. It was kind of fun in that respect. Some of the best moments is when they're just lying in bed and he's trying to sleep, or he's got his eyes wide open because he's terrified. And you just want to kick the guy's ass and just say, you need to sort this out. You need to be more like confident. And clearly he has like confidence issues. And I did kind of relate to him in that respect. Didn't really care for the other characters. There is one sequence later in the film in his car, and that was a shock. Again, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but there's some gruesome moments in this film that you don't see coming. There's one of my favorite moments is, it's hard not to spoil this movie, but there's a moment where she makes him a packed lunch to take to work, and that's quite grim. I feel like we just didn't get enough character building though, and that's what kind of left me wanting a bit more. By the time I really got invested, the film was done, and like other characters around them started noticing that something was wrong, and by that point the movie was over. And I don't know, I just feel like it felt kind of unfinished. It kind of felt like an extended short movie, which would make sense with Curry Barker's sort of filmography that he's done, and he's done a lot of shorts, and it really does feel like a short movie. I thought the dialogue was good, like all the ingredients for a great horror movie was here. But I do feel like it was overhyped by potential critics that had gone to film festivals. And it's always a danger for me. Like, if I see something with a high Rotten Tomato score, I'm kind of hesitant about it. I'm not afraid to say that a lot of my favorite movies, especially even horror movies, are movies that are very mainstream. So I kind of side with a mainstream audience in that respect. And there were a lot of people scratching their heads tonight coming out the cinema, and that's exactly how I felt. I kind of came out scratching my head, wondering how I felt about the movie. I didn't come out with a buzz, but I didn't come out hating it either, and that's what's really strange about it. And it's one of those movies that I feel like I wouldn't be fussed if I never watched it again, but I probably would watch it again at home if there was nothing else that took my fancy. This is a great movie to watch at streaming. I don't think there is any cinematic value that you're going to get more out of by going to the cinema and watching this. Like I said, the aspect ratio, the kind of retro feel to the movie, it's not really a massive cinematic experience. And not to like demotivate you to go and see it at the cinema. Do it if you want to. If you enjoy that experience, then do it. I always recommend it. But I didn't gain anything from watching this. I felt like I would probably be more comfortable at home watching this. I would have saved some money and I would have had a very similar experience. It's not a cinematic movie as such. It's perfect for at home. And you'll always get an honest review from me. I'm not gonna big something up if I don't think it deserves that. All the ingredients were here for this movie, and it just didn't all come together the way I wanted it to, which is a shame because it's a great plot. It's a great story, and in fact, it kind of reminds me of a story that should be in an anthology movie. Like you mentioned, like if you remember the old Tales of the Crypt or Creep Show or the Asylum shorts, like I feel like this would have been great amongst short stories. I think it was stretched. It's a little bit thin at times as a feature length. I do kind of question Bear's our main character Bear. I do question his motivation to stay in the house a lot of the time. Like as a natural response at points, I feel like I would have just gone, nah, I'm out. See you later. Bye bye. Cooper Tomlinson, who plays Ian, who's like, I don't know if he's Bear's best friend in this, but he's a bit of an asshole actually, and you find some things out about him later on, and it's kind of strange that this guy feels so invested in Bear's life and like is genuinely worried for him at the beginning, but by the end of it, you're like, why did you even care in the first place? It's very strange. The friendship circle is not a realistic one to me. Who am I kidding? I don't have any friends. But no, I genuinely it's such a strange movie, honestly. Definitely can see the inspiration from the Simpsons monkey paw episode in this. But I'd say wait till streaming. This movie is fine. I'm just kind of more shocked that I didn't like this movie more than I did. It wasn't as good as I expected it to be. That goes with internet hype, I guess, and critic hype and Rotten Tomatoes hype. Really weird that this is such high scores. That this film has such high scores there. It's bizarre. Guys, what did you think of Obsession? Have you seen it? Are you going to go and watch it? Are you going to wait for it to come out on streaming? Are you going to take my advice? Are you not going to take my advice? Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, and I'll see you with the next one. Take care of yourselves.